Hey everyone, it's Dave, and this is like week 17. We're almost done. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the most important things you need to know for this week and also next. I will do a video next week, but it'll be really short and just a reminder of when the final is due. And it's not really a final per se, it's just our last quiz, quiz number 12, and that's all we have left to do. This week, we're covering the last chapter in the book, which is chapter 14, and the title is Late Medieval Italy. And it can really go by other titles as well. Some people call it the Early Renaissance, some people call it the Proto-Renaissance, but it gives you a good taste as to the change that we see in art from the medieval ages on up through the 1300s, which is going to be the era of the Renaissance. And we have just an amazing advancement in the arts. I'll have a video for you up either later tonight or on Monday night. And there is no quiz this week, at least nothing that's due on next Sunday, the 10th. However, as you can see, there is quiz 12, and that's going to be our final quiz. It is going to be a one-page essay, and it deals specifically with the changes that we see in art as far as the development during the 1300s. So there are some specific formats I want you to follow for the essay so you get full points. So I'm going to bring those up and read them to you just to make sure you have everything. The final quiz, finals week, let me go back and say finals week is a little bit different because it's so short. There's only about 3 or 4 days of finals week. And so what you're going to do, you can go through the chapter, read that, listen to my lectures on YouTube, and then set to complete quiz 12. And once you've uploaded that, you're done for the class. I'll have everything graded on the 14th. At least right around that time. That's when everything's due. And your final grades will be submitted the following week. There is one thing also that's due on the 10th, and that is extra credit. Extra credit is the museum trip, and a few of you have already turned it in. Thank you for that. But if you do decide to do it, please have it in to me by Sunday the 10th. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. It doesn't affect your grade at all. It's just an extra possibility of a few points to help out if you scored low on some quizzes or failed to turn in a project or something like that. So as far as the quiz goes, in the upper left-hand corner, I'm looking for a single-spaced, your name, quiz 12. Please do this in a Word document or transition it into a PDF so that it's easy for me to grade and download and all of that. You guys did fantastic as far as the other projects throughout the semester, so this is, I'm sure, going to be very easy for you. After you've got that information in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to skip 2 lines and then begin your essay. It doesn't need a title or anything like that. I don't need 10 things up in the upper left-hand corner. That just starts to eliminate the amount of space you have to write. Again, just your name, quiz 12, skip 2 lines, start your paper. I'm looking for 1 full page of writing, which is 20 to 23 lines of text. Please do not exceed this because that just slows me down. You should be able to answer the question within that 1-page limit without any problem. Please make sure it's typed, double-spaced, 1-inch margins, and I think the format for Word is like 1.15 or 1.25 margin. That's fine. I'm just looking to keep you away from a 2 or 3-inch margin. I've had those turned in the past, and that's just going to be deducted because it just totally eliminates the amount of space you have to complete the prompt. Please use a regular font such as Times or Times New Roman. Use 10 point for this project because 12 point is just too big. It won't give you enough space or lines to write and answer the question. Please make sure to use paragraphs. Indent the paragraphs. Don't leave extra space between them. Make sure that there's no slang in the academic writing. You know, if you and I are talking, we can say that something is legit, but if we're writing in an academic paper, the word is legitimate. That's what we need to use. If you decide to mention an artwork, make sure it's italicized. For instance, if you wrote Mona Lisa, make sure Mona Lisa is italicized. That's what we do with artworks. Speaking of that term, it is proper for us to call artworks that, or we can say it is a work of art. Please refrain from using piece of art or piece of work. Those really aren't acceptable. And finally, make sure to proofread. The more you proofread, the better your paper is, the happier I am because I can get through it quick, and it just ends up with a better grade for you. So I do appreciate you taking the time to, you know, write your paper, you know, and then let it sit a day. Come back to it. Read through it. You'll be amazed at how many errors you pick up. And then finally, I'm going to tell you about the prompt. Now, the prompt for this essay, again, deals with this chapter. And the prompt is, and it'll tell you on the quiz as well, what made art of the 14th century different from that of the Middle Ages or Dark Ages, that last 3 chapters we covered? Consider why Giotto, and that's the name of an artist, is considered to be by many to be the very first true Renaissance artist. How do the ideas of humanism and mimesis play into his works? And those terms will be taken care of in the chapter and also in the lecture as well. When you do your paper, you're going to upload the document to the quiz. There'll be a little area for you to drop the attachment in. Please do that. Hit the submit button, and that's it. You're done with the course. A lot of you, I've gone through the grades last couple days, and they've looked fantastic. So congratulations with everything and making it through this semester with me. I really appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I will be here next week to talk to you just a little bit, and I think that's it. So good luck with the final.